Welcome to the Mrs. R Relevant Daily Draft Podcast, brought to you by the Draft Professor. The Draft Professor is a group of podcasters bringing you daily draft podcasts and is home to the only dynamic mock draft simulator which allows fans to mock draft against other fans. The Draft Professor Simulator features a first-round challenge, 5 unique one-round drafts. The Draft Professor Simulator features a second-round challenge, 10 unique 2-round drafts. All mock drafts are always picking against the fans and draft analysts which use the simulator. Every mock, every pick, every time. The Draft Professor also features ranked players functionality, where you can rank your favorite players at every position. Optionally, you can add tiers to your rankings to show what round you have the players graded in. The Draft Professor also features Draft a Team functionality, which allows users to snake draft a team of 22 players to demonstrate your my guys, compare player strengths, and discuss draft prospects in a way no other mock draft simulator can. Thank you for tuning in to the Mrs. R Relevant Daily Draft Podcast. This episode will begin shortly. Well, welcome to the Mrs. R Relevant Daily Draft Podcast. We are live on Sunday night. We have Greg, Heather, Randall, myself. We're going to be doing rounds 3 and 4 of a mock draft that Bill Sparks, EJ, and Jacob started on Wednesday. So we could probably, have a little bit of small talk, or we could just dive right into it. So why don't we just dive right into it? Heather, you ready to kick us off?
Yeah, there's a lot to go over. So I imagine that this is how it goes in the back room when teams are they're like, let's just do it. Let's just pick a player and move on. So thank you guys for letting me be on here. And we are on the clock, and with the whatever pick it is, we are at the 65th pick?
Yes.
The New York Giants are on the clock, and they have had Shedeur Sanders and Jonah Savaiinaea. So, guys, what is the next best need that the Giants have to fill? I besides a lot right now, what do you think that the Giants are going to do? So we'll go ahead, and Greg, we'll start with you.
Giants need help. They need a corner. They need a corner.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean they got a Debo in free agency. They did pretty. I know. They have Tyler Nubin from Minnesota last year. They got Javon Holland, which was good. They did pretty decent on their DBs.
They still need a corner.
Yeah, so in round 3, do you like Parrish? He's probably a slot. Zoff Frazier.
Yeah, are you looking slot corner? Who are you going with? Who do you think in this? Because taking a DB this early, with Giants others.
So
right?
This could be some slander because Denzel Brooks from Ohio State. But Greg, would you take Denzel Burke at the top of round 3?
I wouldn't.
No.
I mean, no. I love it. No.
Denzel Brooks would be, for me, and just so that you guys understand, the 0-1 that I put in front of is in front of every single player. Then there's the round, and then there's the number behind that round. I have Burke as a 0-3-0-8, so he would be my 8th best player in the 3rd round.
Okay. Now, the Giants need skill players. Their skill positions. I'm surprised that you guys went to corner because I would have said the Giants need skill players, and they need more than one.
I was going to go tight end or wide receiver.
You can go tight end or wide receiver as well. Either one of those.
Option 2.
So how high are you on Trey Harris, Randall?
I'm high on Trey Harris, but I'm not high. I'm not consensus high. I think Trey Harris is somebody who has a really good shot at working out in the NFL. I'm just nervous about the way Ole Miss used Trey Harris. Basically, go balls, curls, and honestly, by his final year, even though he only played 8 games, I believe, well, 7, because he only played a couple snaps in his 8th game, people were scared of him, so they played such soft coverage. The curls had so much separation to start. His contested catches are great. I think the beginning of the third is probably astute for him, but there's a couple others that I might like past it.
Do you like Jalen Royals here, Greg?
Yeah.
So if we had to go between Royals, Harris, and Burke, any thoughts? And Heather's already shaking her head. You're Heather. You're not a fan of.
Yeah,
Burke,
I like the wide receiver pick because you have to get a complimentary player for Malik.
They just re-signed Slayton, right? And then they still have Wendell.
That's
so
right.
Wendell's his short gadget.
Okay.
Trey Harris could be like a power slot kind of situation to help Neighbors. That could work out with boundary access.
But Jalen Royals is a much better deep threat.
Right.
Right.
So are we good with Trey Harris?
Well, let's look at the tight ends as well.
I was just going to say, what about tight ends? Because I don't know if their greatest need at offense is at wide receiver.
They drafted Theo Johnson last year, and he had a decent year.
Yep.
Aranda Gadsden, it looks like at the end of round 2, there was a tight end run, wasn't there? So that's unfortunate. Yeah. Arroyo, Fannin. Yeah. I mean, Gunnar Helm would be viable. I think he could work in that good 12 personnel with Theo. I don't know. Theo's a big guy, so maybe he's more of the blocking while Gunner's in the passing. I would probably go wide receiver because
Theo was from where again? Where was Theo from? Oh, yeah. He's Canadian.
There you go. Where in Canada?
That's right.
Are we good with Trey Harris?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, let's go Trey Harris.
Okay. Kansas City is up.
So Kansas City, where I feel like Kansas City has some very massive gaps that they need to fill right now. And offense is one of them right now because their weapons, they don't have many. They don't have any weapons on offense, and one of them just got arrested for domestic. So what are they going to do there? I am running back.
Look at our Chiefs fan in here. We need to take an edge.
Who are the first 2 picks? And then I just want to clarify, Xavier Worthy did get the drop charge, so he is not involved in DV.
Amos and Fannin.
Trey Amos, Harold Fannin. We have a corner and a tight end.
Yep.
So,
and according to this, Landon Jackson is the best player available in the draft.
Sad enough
sometimes the simulator doesn't lie.
Sometimes it'll be sad that a Razorback went to the Chiefs, being a Razorback fan, but I think Landon Jackson with his length might be that guy.
Greg, where's Landon Jackson in your board?
He's actually a 2nd round player on my board, so
yeah,
he should definitely be going by this point. So it should be Landon Jackson.
Okay, we got the Browns up.
The Browns need help everywhere, absolutely everywhere.
Heather, this is your pick. You are the leader of this war room.
No, the Browns need help everywhere. Let me see. Let me pull up and see who we've picked. And I don't even know what to do. We should just sell the team. Let's just trade the team.
BPA.
We have Abdul Carter. Okay, so interestingly enough, you guys had Abdul Carter at number 2. And then Josh Connerly. I don't think I agree with the number 2 pick. I know I don't agree with the number 2 pick because we are desperate for a quarterback. I think since we don't have one, that's where we need to go. You cannot be any kind of successful without a franchise quarterback, and we don't even have a backup quarterback right now.
All right, I'll give you Will Howard from Ohio State. There you go. We're done.
I would take Will Howard in the later rounds. I would take Will Howard.
Will Howard went in round 2.
And
Will Howard is off the board.
Yeah, he's off the board.
I am not. Okay, so Jackson Dart would be the best available for me. That's who I would go with. Curtis Rourke. Now, Curtis Rourke has cement feet. In all fairness, he played injured and none of us knew that. But I'm not sold on Jalen Milroe's ability to learn a new offense after what we saw in Alabama after Nick Saban.
I'm not sold on Jalen Milroe as a quarterback. I'm sorry. His hands are the Kenny Pickett size hands.
Right.
He is not going to. He has no accuracy downfield. No accuracy.
Yeah, Bill, I'm just not sold on Jalen Milroe because, like I said, I don't know if he like you said, Greg, but I just don't know if he can learn new offense that's not completely tailored to his level of talent. He's not flexible at all.
Do you want ex-Ohio State quarterback on the court?
No, I would go with Jackson Dart. I would just.
Okay.
Plug it.
Yep.
Don't listen to Bill. Don't let Bill
right.
into anything.
Oh,
So
and now we got the Raiders.
Yeah, we got Las Vegas. So Vegas in their first 2 rounds, they grabbed Ashton Genty and Will Howard. So I am going to become a Raiders fan if that happens. Do you think
wide receiver?
I don't know. They plugged some gaps on offense. Do you think they need to go a defensive move here?
Well, they also
look at this edge board right here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They kept Kuntz, and they obviously kept Max Crosby.
Go to linebacker because they lost Spillane.
Yeah. Yes, linebacker.
King, Stutzman are here. Barrett Carter as well. I think Knight is off the board. We will verify that here.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, Knight is available.
Oh, okay. Demetrius Knight's available? Okay.
And then I think Schlesinger is off, but let me.
Nope. Schlesinger's
he's there too.
Ooh,
Schlesinger round 3 to the Raiders.
I think that would be my pick because he's more of an inside linebacker, and that's what they need.
Yep.
Okay.
And he ate his peanut butter sandwiches.
He sure did.
Because he played at 227, but was at the combine at 242. He ate his peanut butter.
He carbo loaded like Michael Scott.
No. Peanut butter is just a generic term for how the NFL puts weight on players.
Right.
Yeah.
Peanut butter.
This is going to be a Patriot day because I believe we've got 2 picks in round 3 and at least 1 in round 4 for them.
Oh. Who are the first 2 picks?
Yeah.
For
the New England Patriots.
The Patriots have Armand Membo and Emeka Egbuka.
Okay, so they got their wide receiver.
So they have they have Armand is an offensive tackle, so.
Yep. And we got the wide receiver. Do we want to
home to the Patriots? They need a tight end.
Yeah.
Is this where he is
Hunter
on your
Henry.
board?
Yeah, that seems pretty astute.
Yeah.
Right around
But
there.
They could also use more offensive line.
That's what I was thinking. For. I mean, again, it doesn't matter with the quarterback situation, but
give him Tate Ratledge out of Georgia.
Yeah,
you like Tate?
Get that guard filled up. Love it.
Get the fill. Yep, fill up the guard.
Yep.
Okay. Jaguars.
Because they have another 3rd round pick and the 4th rounder, right? So you got to give them more help on that line.
Who are the Jaguars? Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's what I was just going to say. So we have the Jags, and they have Travis Hunter and Tyleek Williams. So they have their corner. Well, it depends on where Travis Hunter plays. If it's, I feel like he's listed as a DB, but I feel like he's going to be a wide receiver. But you can't have the best player in the country not touching the ball as often as possible. So I do feel like Travis Hunter will fill that wide receiver slot, and then we have Tyleek Williams, who's a tackle.
Okay, we can argue about being the best player in the country as well, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Right.
What about, I mean, a pass catcher would help, but a tight end could do well. I mean, is there starting tight end because they lost Ingram? Brent Strange, right? We could do a Gadsden. That's basically a wide receiver and a tight end body, Gunnar Helm would work as well. Those 2 would be my pick.
I'm a Gunnar Helm on
Helm.
this one. That's who I am on this one.
Gunnar Helm.
Okay. Saints.
So we have the Saints here. They have
no money.
No. They have Mason Graham out of Michigan, and then they have Kelvin Banks, an offensive tackle out of Texas. So
very nice.
Yeah. I'm going to go wide receiver with this one.
What do you guys think is a Saints
what about
wide
edge?
receiver?
they need a running back as well. This team
Well,
needs
they do.
they have Alvin Kamara back there, and that's it.
Well,
they just
and that's
extended
where,
him.
but that's where you need this this running back class is so loaded. Give Alvin Kamara a little bit of a reprieve.
Yeah. But do we
Is
wait?
Judkins
That's
the best running back on the board?
He is.
Yeah.
I still I don't know if I would go wide or running back this early for them because the class is so loaded.
Anybody think anything on the defensive side? I mean, they got Cameron Jordan for another year. They got Chase Young, which is good. But then you're looking at Carl Granderson on the left edge. Do we want something on the edge department? Or are we going to stick with offense or defensive?
So I mean, I like Kennard, Sawyer, Swinson, and JTT at the beginning of the third round. Like,
Give him JTT.
I was gonna say New Orleans loves their Buckeyes.
Yeah, give him JTT.
JTT. So the Bears are up. They had 3 picks, and I think they overkilled on the defensive or on the offensive lines. I think they got Simmons and Bo.
Yeah, there's Josh Simmons, Marcus Mbo, and then Travion. So we need
those are the scumbags that got Travion before the Cowboys did.
Is this Darius? They need interior defensive line or edge.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Is this Darius Alexander? Or do you guys like Deone Walker better? And then I think the Florida State guy is still here.
Farmer. I like Farmer. I like Darius Alexander better for the Bears fit. Maybe they want a bigger guy. I mean, Javon Dexter is a big dude. Yeah, he's a big dude. So Deion Walker might get lost in the depth chart with Javon Dexter there.
But again, we're talking about defensive line who always take 3 years to develop.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an overnight success for any of these DPs, right?
Right.
So if you wanted to go Deion Walker, and hopefully the Bears can coach him to bend his knees consistently, they'll be all right.
For sure. I do like Darius Alexander better, but I'll leave it up to you folks. And what your preference is.
Yeah, Alexander.
I like Alexander. Okay.
Yeah. I'm comfortable with that pick at 30. Jets, all right. Give him a kicker.
So
the Jets.
The JETS, no.
Just end the season is what they're known as. That's okay.
I don't know though. They have.
I hope Russo's not watching this. Anthony Russo, I apologize. I like you.
So they have Justin Fields now, right? Like,
yeah.
They didn't get worse at that position. They did draft Tyler. We have Tyler Warren and Xavier Watts, and I think everybody knows.
They just wanted to kill Watts' career playing on that stupid, lousy stadium of theirs.
Right.
Oh yeah, good point. We got to go defense, right?
I'm thinking defense.
Offensive line.
You have to go.
Well, wait a second. Is this a Jalen Milroe landing spot?
No.
Redundant, right?
Mm-mm.
Go if you.
They lost out on the cornerback market in free agency, right? Do
they
need another cornerback on the other side of Sauce?
They did.
Yeah.
Quincy Riley, Denzel Burke are here. Jacob Parrish is here. Greg, do you like Jason Marshall in round 3?
No. I would actually give them.
I'm not mad if they took. I wouldn't be mad if they took Jacob.
I think Jacob Parrish can play boundary. He's a little undersized, so slot might be where he goes. But he can do it. He's fast.
Yeah.
He's fast. But he might get pushed into the slot. Greg, what do you think? Quincy Riley, Kobe Bryant.
I think Quincy Riley would be the better pick for the Jets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Quincy Riley.
Panthers.
So the Panthers took Shamar Stewart, edge out of A&M, and Xavier Restrepo, wide receiver, Miami.
Oh, great pick.
They need a linebacker.
Yeah, they need a linebacker. They need a lot too. Carolina needs a lot too.
Send him close and put Barrett Carter. He can drive
Barrett
there.
Carter, there he is. Yep, there
Yep,
he is.
he can drive
Barrett
there.
Carter.
His athleticism, as long as you get a good coach with him, matches football play with his athleticism, it's over for him. He will be a star.
Okay, 49ers.
I don't know what they're doing.
Everything?
In the offseason.
Definitely everything.
Yeah.
Will Johnson and Walter Nolan.
Yeah.
They've had a heck of a draft.
Who'd they
Between
go with?
Will Johnson and Walter Nolan fell to round 2.
Wow.
Yeah, wow is an understatement.
So
They
are we
need a-
looking at running
They
back?
need an offensive tackle.
Well, they need a running
Offensive
back.
tackle.
Did you see they got rid of Jordan? They got rid of all their running backs.
Yeah,
I
but
think
they
I
have
just read
Garendo
Jordan
from last
Mason.
year.
Yeah, they still have
Yeah.
Garendo.
I mean,
My
see,
fantasy team wants Garendo to
CMC.
have a really good year.
Well,
same.
my fantasy team relied on San Francisco last year because all of their running backs got hurt, and I picked out all of them up.
What about well,
You know what?
Cam-
They don't have they don't have any wide receiver either. They really don't.
No, they don't.
Brandon
No, they don't.
Ayuk is not that great of a wide receiver.
He's
I'm
not.
sorry.
But,
He's
but
not.
they drafted 2 wide receivers last
right.
year.
Pearsall
Yeah.
is a fine third option, but I'm talking about a real wide receiver here.
Yeah. Especially
So-
if you're going to give Brock
Okay,
Purdy all
Greg,
that
what
money.
kind of real wide receivers are you thinking about? Is it Savion Williams?
No.
He would be fun to replace Debo.
No, I actually like them going down. Go down your list a little bit here.
Jalen Noel's still available.
Yeah, Jalen Noel.
Yeah. Because Ricky Pearson.
Yeah, I like Noel.
Okay, and then it looks like Randall got locked. So we will go Jalen Noel to San Francisco in round 3. Dallas. So
Oh my
Greg,
goodness, we're going to the William and Mary offensive tackle. That's it, Charles Grant. He's going to be the left tackle that they need.
That's what I'm talking about, Greg.
We're not even going to argue with that. That's the only
Nope.
choice.
yeah, Greg ran his pick up. That wasn't even a discussion.
Nope,
That's-
not a discussion. I don't care about anybody else right now. We got the one of the best left tackles in this entire draft class in the 3rd round. That's fine by me.
I hear you.
Okay, so the
He's
Patriots are on the clock.
Who'd we just give him?
And
A guard, right?
Yep.
Yes, we gave him Ratledge. They got Membu in round 1. And who was the round 2 pick, Heather? For the Patriots?
Who? I missed that.
Was it a
Who did we
Membu?
give them? We gave them a guard.
Yeah.
Egbuka was their
Egbuka.
2nd round pick.
Oh,
Yeah, Igbuka was
yeah.
their second. Oh, yeah, Igbuka, Amon Membu, and Emeka Ibuka. Who did they pick?
Okay. Then we got a guard. Yeah, Tate Ratledge.
Yeah,
I
we
believe.
gave him Tate Ratledge.
So are we looking
Do
at
we
a
see
tight
an
end or
edge that
defense?
screams Mike Vrabel?
Yeah, this is going to be a defense. This pick will be on defense
Yeah.
for the Patriots. You got Vrabel sitting back there.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
Do you think this is Jack Sawyer?
I think that would be a nice.
Yeah, that's a nice
Yeah.
pick for them. Sure,
Mhm.
give
Yeah.
him Sawyer.
A workhorse for Vrabel.
Cardinals.
So our Cardinals have, let's see who they have. Arizona has in their
They went
first.
the White Cat, right?
They went
And then-
McMillan
and then Alfred
and then
Collins.
Alfred Collins. Yeah.
Good draft.
It's a good draft. I think this needs to be defense. Gannon's a defensive coach.
Yeah.
He needs his guys.
Well, I mean, he did get his guy, Josh Sweat, which was good. Coming from Philly. So that was good. Darius Robinson will be playing next year since he didn't get to play at all last year, right? So they'll get a look at him. He's one of those. He's like a Darius Alexander, that versatile large piece that goes from 0 tech to 7i. So I'm interested to see how he ends up. Are we looking at?
Would giving him another player that does that, like Jordan Birch, add to the defense?
Birch isn't going to go in the 3rd round, though.
You don't have him that
earlier
high?
or later.
I have him going later.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's a one position guy, Jordan
Yeah.
Burch for me.
Okay.
But what about the DBs? I mean, Buda Baker signed one more year, I think, possibly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Makuba's here,
Makuba.
so is Winston.
They could use Winston.
I like
Yeah.
Winston. Just watching him
Yeah, me
play, I like Winston.
Yeah, if he didn't get injured, he'd be in the second round.
He'd be easily in the second round. He actually has a second round grade for me.
Texans
So
are
that'd
up.
be a steal. So the Texans have Ariante Arsary of Minnesota, an offensive tackle. They took 2 offensive tackles, and then they have Wyatt Milan out of West Virginia. So they're shoring up that line, which is what they need.
Wide receiver?
I think this has to be a wide receiver.
You think?
Don't.
They lost Diggs, and Dell is injured, so they're not playing with a full deck right now.
Well, yeah, Dell's gonna be. Maybe he never comes back.
But they've also signed a couple. They've signed a couple of other wide receivers for this year as well already in free agency as well. But again, I would give them Pat Bryant here.
I love the pick. Hey,
Yeah,
Greg, just out
vertical
of
threat.
curiosity, how high do you have Savion Williams?
He's high on my board, but Pat Bryant is higher.
There you
Got
go.
it.
Yeah, that vertical threat for Nico Collins to open up Nico and Christian Kirk is great. I love that.
Yep.
So
okay, now this is a Raz pick. It's the Colts. All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now they need another wide receiver. Who's the guy that played for Colorado State? That's the wide receiver who also got a 10 on his Raz score. There he is.
Yeah. He's a dog, so that's a good pick.
Yep. Boom.
Okay, I like it. Bengals are on the clock.
Who did they go?
Oh, Cincinnati. Let's see what they've done. They have in their first 2 rounds Mike Green, an edge out of Marshall, and then Donovan Jackson, offensive line out of Ohio State. So I still think that Cincinnati needs to work on some defense.
Yep.
Agreed.
And
It's
Yeah,
a
got
in the
Ryan
backfield.
Sparks coming in.
Yep. He's got Makuba, who I was going to suggest as their next safety.
And he said to look at running back.
Not yet,
And-
I don't
A
think.
little later.
No,
yeah.
they don't need one just yet.
Well, Ryan's a Bengals fan. He may have a differing opinion.
Ryan.
He has
Well,
to
Ryan.
be first.
Hold on.
He's got
He
a,
likes Peebles. How high do you guys have Aeneas Peebles?
I have him in the 4th round. I
Fourth
don't
round.
have him in day 2.
Yeah, he's 4th
Hey,
round.
You know, if,
It'll be a good pick in the 4th.
if Judkins is here, is he a Bengal?
Oh, okay. Judkins is still here.
Yeah, I mean that's BPA without a doubt. So.
Yeah, he's the best player
Yeah.
available. Then that's it.
Right.
Give him to the Bengals. Good Lord.
That hurts my heart.
Good Lord. How did Judkins get past Caleb? Caleb Robinson became a Cowboy, and Judkins was still on the board.
So,
Yeah.
Wow.
yes. Well, and again, because different people's boards were different.
Yeah.
And I
get
stand
that.
by
I get
Bill.
that.
I stand by Bill, Jacob, and EJ. So,
Oh, I heard
That's the
EJ.
fun of this,
I
though.
heard
That's-
EJ. I heard EJ's comments being a Philadelphia Eagles fan that he is. Oh yeah, we'll just give it. Yeah, sure, right. Yeah, okay.
I'd imagine though that the GMs go through this though. They're like, why did they pick this guy already? So I imagine they're going through the same
Yes.
thing during.
Yeah, there was
during
there was a clip of McVay when the Patriots took in the beginning of the second. I can't remember who it was, and then he was hammed on a podcast.
Oh yeah. Listen. Last year, Jerry Jones was crying in his pants because Jonathan Brooks was taken by the Carolina Panthers in round 2. He was beside himself.
Yeah.
so Seattle is on the clock.
So Seattle has Matthew Golden, wide receiver out of Texas, Gray Zabel, offensive tackle out of North Dakota State, and Ben Morrison, the corner out of Notre Dame. I love those Notre Dame corners. I mean, they got lit up in the title game, but
Christian Gray got lit up.
So
He did. He did.
Leonard Moore was fine.
Yeah.
So So what is the Mike McDonald scheme, and who's an edge that screams Mike McDonald for you? Is it Femi Oladajo or Kyle Kennard?
Did they take an offensive lineman in the first picks? I sorry,
No,
I
it
missed
was
that.
They took,
Gold.
no, not a lineman. They took
yeah,
tackle.
they did. They took Gray Zabel. They took
They took
Zabel.
Okay.
Zabel in round 2.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they
cool.
took Gray Zabel. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. So now we're looking at edge for that. Okay, that works.
Well, I know they need pass rush, and they still have another pick in this round. But
So
I can see this being an offensive line or a defensive line, and it could be a linebacker as well.
Jared Ivey would be good with run support for them, if possible. I'm lower on him, but he probably right there is the better run support out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With Braden Swinson being second in run support, I love Braden Swinson. I think he should go top 50. I would love him to if he's still there at 56.
Braden Swinson is my number one guy on the edge. He's easily he should have been gone. He should have been gone already.
But the grades on Swinson are all over, and I definitely know that Bill Sparks, among others, is lower on him, which is probably why he has fallen to round 3. Right? Because between the 3 people that were drafting when we started this, none of them were pounding the table for Swinson in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Swinson has been taken at 31 or 32 in plenty of these mocks, just so you guys know.
Oh, yes, he has.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing.
He's going early.
Josh has a first-round grade on him. So the grades on him are going to be all over.
Yep.
This is Pittsburgh's second pick.
Yeah, they got Siobhan Revel out of Eastern Carolina cornerback. So, what do you do with Pittsburgh right now?
They need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Is this Milroe?
It could be because Mike Tomlin liked Kenny Pickett with the small hands too.
Yeah.
But Mike Tomlin gets the best out of his players. So if Milroe's going to succeed anywhere, I think Pittsburgh might.
Yeah, but they just had a running quarterback in Justin Fields who they benched. Hello,
Right.
what are you doing?
Well, they
Will
benched
seems
it,
to think that Milroe is their round 1 pick. So if he's here in round 3.
There was a couple mocks recently, probably in the past week, where Jackson Dart's going at 21. Greg, I believe you did it as well.
No, I did Shador at 21 because Shador is in deep issue with certain organizations in the NFL because of the way he interviewed. They did not like the way he interviewed. And again, that goes back to a whole bunch of old white guys in the room with a young black fella. And it's a horrible thing, but it is something that is happening within those rooms.
Facts.
Yeah.
So
right.
Do we think it's Milroe?
Yeah.
Yeah, give him Milroe.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Will.
Will thinks that's the pick. Will thinks Milroe.
There you go.
Milroe round 1.
There you go.
So, okay, the Buccaneers are on the clock.
So they have Jade Barron, corner out of Texas, and Princely. I'm not even going to pretend to pronounce his
Balin.
Balin.
out of Ole Miss. So they have a corner and then they have an edge. Where are we with wide receivers? Like everybody died at the end of the year last year. So do they need someone that's not a Mike Evans that's older?
No, they need a tight end.
Yeah, they do. Kate Otten's not doing it.
Well, Kate Otten is a good.
Yeah, I know.
Tight end for blocking.
Let's
plus for being in
handicap
the spot,
or
right?
tight ends with a round 3 grade or better.
Terrence Ferguson is not a bad choice at this point. I have late day 2, early day 3 on him. Ronnie Gatson, I have an early day 3, but Terrence Ferguson can do both, while Ronnie can just kind of catch.
He could do both, and if they decide to go for more of a blocker, it's Luke Lachey.
For sure.
Which one do you guys like?
Give him Ferguson.
You want to be
Give him Ferguson.
Ferguson?
Yeah.
Denver. This is probably going to be a skill position.
It
we
has
gotta
to
we gotta have a Bronco in the room, right? In the chat.
be. They have Amari and Hampton, running back out of North Carolina, and Ty Felton, a wide receiver out of Maryland. So
Oh, they've already
Ooh.
got 2 skill positions
Okay.
right
There you
there.
go. Yeah.
Is this interior defensive line? They need a linebacker.
Yeah. It's
Jeffrey
unfortunate.
Jeffrey Bassa.
How
I
high
do
do you
like
have
Bass at
Bass,
Oregon.
Randall?
I have him late. I have early day 3. I'm sorry, but sometimes the linebackers are a little bit confusing in who's going where in the scheme fit, and I think
Yep.
Bassa fits well with
Bassa fits with the
Denver.
Broncos, though.
Yeah.
Okay, Chargers.
yeah,
Oh, this is Brock's team. Who cares?
we don't care about the Chargers.
Yeah.
And he's also
Nick
they're
Weber.
also coached by that guy who was at that school up north who should be in prison for what he did at that school. So I really don't care. Chargers, go down to the bottom of the barrel.
It never gets old seeing them lose.
That's right.
I said what
No.
I said. And ironically, they got Colton Loveland out of that stupid school, the tight end out of that dumb school, and then they have Jack Beck, wide receiver out of TCU. Beck.
Nice. Good picks. I'm not gonna shit on the Chargers the whole entire time. It is
No.
it's my wife's second favorite team, so
Oh no,
Yeah.
you're smart, man. You're smart.
The edge board.
Give him a
They-
field goal kicker.
they definitely
Give
need
him
an
a
edge.
kicker. Round 3, just like the Niners did with Moody a couple of years ago. That's what we need.
Okay.
So they lost. So with like Joey Bosa gone, and he was pretty good. I'm getting excited for Bills Mafia with Joey Bosa now. His interview was good, and I enjoyed it. But they lost him. He was pretty good at setting the edge. Was getting back to healthy and still could pass rush well. So Jared Ivey could be an option. Kyle Kennard could be a really good option. Q Robinson a little too early.
I would give him Kennard.
Yeah, I like. He's a technician. He knows how to use his hands. He's got a good pass rush repertoire. I like him.
Okay, Green Bay is up.
So Green Bay got Azaria Thomas, corner out of Florida State, and then they got Jaden Higgins, wide receiver out of Iowa State.
Wow, more wide
Okay.
receivers in that room.
And
They need a corner
Yep, all day.
all day.
they got Azaria Thomas. That was the first round
Oh.
pick.
They still need corner because Eric Stokes and Alexander are both gone. They need corners.
That's right.
Okay.
And I would give them the
I was
smaller-
actually thinking they also need a pass rusher. And Birch tends to be the type of guy that they like.
You can get Birch later on though. He's not that.
Yeah, they do need it.
How about
pass
Femi
rush. That is right.
Oladejo or Quandarius Robinson? Do you have either of those guys in round 3?
So Q, you're betting on him because he didn't get a lot of snaps. He was in the depth chart until his last year. He has the versatility, and he's an interesting prospect. But in a top 90 pick, it'd be hard. Femi Oladejo has good sparks and good traits to him. He's a project, but he's a good project.
So where is and now I'm trying to remember his name, Dorian Strong on the athletic testing scale? Does he meet the Packers thresholds or Jacob Parrish? Because they don't just draft any type of player. They're almost as specific as the Colts.
Yeah, they're like, man, Brian, I wish he was in the chat. It's like 5'11", a certain arm length, like
Certain arm
everything.
length.
Yeah, like they're prototypical for cornerbacks. So I almost feel like it's a disservice. But Dorian Strong was very lengthy. He's 6'1", 195.
right.
He's got long arms. So
Yeah.
he kind of has those attributes. So Dorian Strong could be a good pick there.
Yeah,
You like Dorian Strong?
I would take Strong.
Okay. Jaguars back on the clock. This is their second pick of the round.
Good Lord.
So we did Gunnar Helm.
Gunnar Helm. And then they
And
have
then-
Travis Hunter and Tyleek Williams.
All right.
Is this offensive line help?
Yeah, we need no. I mean, they need help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Pierce or Belton in round 3?
I was going to say right tackle might be there, right, Greg? Looking at a right tackle.
Yeah.
So true right tackle would be Pierce or Belton. That would do
I-
well.
I-
And Johnny Cornelius too. Trapilo too.
I would give him Belton though.
And Cam Williams is also still here.
Yeah, I'm a
Cam
little lower
Williams.
on Cam.
Cam Williams is an idiot for coming out this year. He is just not ready to be a right tackle in the NFL. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Belton, biggest dude in the draft, right?
Yeah.
You guys
Yep.
like Belton?
Yeah, biggest dude
Yep.
in the draft.
Texans are back up.
All right.
Second pick of the round.
So they got 2 offensive tackles in the first round.
Okay.
And then we got,
Pat Bryant.
yeah.
Do you guys
They
think
need
this is a running back?
They need a running back and they also need a tight end.
Well, we got him Helm earlier in the round.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go running back.
I think
Running
running
back.
back, yeah.
And
Which
Taj
one do you
Brooks.
like?
Taj Brooks from Texas Tech is a back that they do like.
I like Taj Brooks too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's quick.
Yep.
I can't remember his size. I do like Taj Brooks. There you go.
Okay, so the Rams had 1 pick in round 1. This is their first pick since round 1. Who was the round 1 pick?
So they have the Rams. Oh. Luther
Burden.
Burden, wide receiver out of Mizzou.
Ooh. Are we going?
They
need
need.
defensive backs like it's
Yeah.
going out of style.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got Kitchens and then Cam Curl in the safety. So we looking at a slot corner, nickel.
So Kobe Bryant's here. Jacob Parrish is here. Zot Frazier is here.
Kobe Bryant would be a good pick for the Rams.
I agree.
And Denzel Burke is still on the board as well. You
I-
said you like
I-
Bryant?
No,
day 3 on Denzel.
Denzel's not gonna be in the Rams scheme.
Okay, but you like Kobe Bryant?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, Ravens back on the clock.
So we have a guard, Tyler Booker, and then Donovan Izariaku, an edge out of
They
Boston
need a
College.
safety because they had to move Kyle Hamilton around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we like Makuba or somebody else?
They
What
they
about,
do, they do need safeties, but they already have a Darius Washington who's a smaller safety, so Makubo is not going to be the guy.
What about Lansome from Ohio State?
Luther Ransom. Bingo.
Lathan?
There. Yep. There
Lathan
he is.
Ransom? Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
He's a
And
dog.
where is he on your board, Greg?
Ransom is he's a round 3 pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm higher
Yeah.
up on Ransom than many people are.
Not me.
Yeah,
I'm real high up on my guy. He's under.
Yeah.
I think he's unsung.
Greg, Jeff Barnes had him as safety 4, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
He
So
was safety.
Seattle
6
is-
for me.
Seattle is on the clock, and this is their 5th pick in the first 3 rounds. So, Heather, can you remind us who the first 4 were, or at least who the first 3 were?
Yeah, Golden.
Morrison, Zabel, and Golden, right?
Yeah, Morrison, Zabel, and Golden. So wide receiver, tackle, and corner.
And then we went edge earlier in the round with Braden Swinson. Okay.
Has the center been
Mike
taken yet?
McDonald defense. Is there a linebacker that makes you scream Mike McDonald in this draft?
Are we? Let me see. the-
Is Kobe
let me
King
see the
there?
linebacker.
He is.
Kobe King would be a guy then. Yep.
I'll concur on that.
Okay. Saints. This is, I believe, the Saints' 4th or 5th pick.
Yeah, some of these teams are just.
Yeah.
It's an embarrassment of riches at the top here.
So, Heather, can you remind me who the Saints picked in rounds 1 and 2? Please?
Yeah, Mason Graham and Kelvin Banks. So a defensive tackle and an offensive tackle.
And then they went JTT
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we haven't done wide receiver for them yet.
No.
And we
They
haven't
could
done
use-
a running back either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should explore the running back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scatabo. I mean, Scatabo.
I like
Scatabo.
Scatabo.
Yeah.
I like him.
You could
He's
ship
big.
off Taysom Hill.
Well, that's and Scatabo showed that he can be a workhorse. He can do what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Yep. Give him Scatabo.
I like it. Cleveland is back on the clock.
I don't
All
know.
right, Heather.
That's the
Who do we have? We have Abdul Carter. We have Josh Connerly. We got Jackson Dart. I think we need a running back. I think that this is the round we do running back because it's just so uncertain right now.
Hit it.
Dylan Sampson, I'm pretty high up on him.
Yep. He's the guy. Take Sampson.
You like Dylan Sampson?
Yep.
And the Chiefs are back on the clock.
Where's Price?
So do we go defensive again do we go wide receiver?
We
do we
went
go wide
edge.
receiver?
We went.
Yeah,
we
so
went edge.
I think we need to go wide receiver for
Or
Kansas
running
City. I don't know
back.
what you guys think. Well,
So
I
we can
think-
do the funniest thing and give them Isaiah Bond and Xavier
Yeah.
Worthy.
Listen, I'm game for it, but we have to be professional here.
Why?
So Joshua
Why? Isaiah
Farmer is
Bond is
still
another. He's another fast Texas Longhorn. He's fine.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy was a. I mean, come on now. Andy Reid likes his speedy receivers from the Longhorns.
Right.
But again, I would not do that.
Is there a poor man's DeAndre Hopkins?
No, but there is Jalen Royals sitting there,
Yeah.
and Royals would be a hell of a good target for one
Yeah.
Patrick
Yep.
Mahomes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jalen Royals, I love it. Philadelphia. Okay.
They don't get any more picks.
So I need the floor for a minute. So we have an Eagles troll on YouTube who will criticize the fact that there's no way the Eagles will take Arroyo, and there's no way the Eagles will take Michael Williams when they need a linebacker and safety. But I believe Howie Roseman is only premium positions. Randall and I did that podcast with David.
Yep.
He does not touch linebackers in round one.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So even though they need linebacker and safety, like I've seen the comments on every single Eagles mock draft that we do, the comments from the peanut gallery come in. I am going on record as saying I'm ignoring the peanut gallery.
Hit it.
Yeah, because I mean, in our first round draft, I gave them Scourton.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I love that pick.
That's
Yeah.
what I gave. That's what I gave
Yep.
those
So-
Kelly Green numbskulls.
Do we like Cam Williams as a project tackle for the Eagles? Is that a Howie Roseman pick in round 3?
No,
You don't
No.
think so?
I have Cam Williams being down in the 5th round, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He is way down my list.
Okay. What about slot corners? Because they do need a slot corner. Is Jacob Parrish a slot corner?
Let's see.
And do you put him in round
what if-
3?
What are we looking at the corners? Or are we looking at safeties for?
I don't know that Howie Roseman would do his safety in round 3 either. It's not a premium position.
Sidney Brown was taken. Reed Blankenship is already there. So C.J. Gardner-Johnson, because Sidney Brown is now healthy off of his ACL injury. That's why C.J. Johnson was traded away. And Sidney's another Canadian. There you go.
Is Denzel Burke to the Eagles?
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes a ton of sense to me too, because he doesn't have to start. They're not gonna have a need for him to start. They can develop him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Vikings. This is, I believe, only their 2nd pick of the
Second.
draft. And it should be noted the Vikings have the least amount of draft capital. So if there's a need, they may have to reach for it.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do in round 1?
Malachi Starks, safety from
Yeah.
Georgia.
This needs to be a
Nice.
corner.
And it
Because
has
they
to be
Yeah,
gritty.
it
They
does.
didn't sign one in free agency. Is Zoff Frazier a Viking?
Keep going. Yeah, let's see.
What kind of corners? I'm trying to remember their defensive coordinator's name.
The previous head coach for Dolphins.
Flores.
Went to
Mr.
Steelers.
Flores?
Brian Flores. Thank you.
So who is a Flores corner?
Give him the guy from Nebraska.
Tommy Hill?
Tommy Hill. Yep.
I like Tommy Hill. That's a good pick.
Okay. Miami's on the clock. I believe this is their third pick.
It is. We have 2 LSU players. We have Will Campbell, offensive lineman, and Mason Taylor, a tight end from LSU, both from LSU.
Oh, Lord.
Do we think this is offensive line or defensive line or safety?
This got to be offensive line, right?
Yeah.
It has to be offensive line. This is
it's
the
got to be
Dolphins we're talking about.
Top guard.
I'd go Dylan Fairchild from Georgia.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like him.
You need to talk to Clint. He is a Dylan Fairchild truther.
I am as well.
Yes.
I was high on him in the fall scouting, and I liked him.
When we did our guard show on Team MBS Media Draft Central, Dylan Fairchild was there, and he's one of my guys who reminds me of like Tevin Jenkins, a guy I want protecting me in the dark alley.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. So the Giants with their second, third round pick.
The midgets. Who was their other third round pick that we gave them?
Trey Harris.
Trey Harris.
And then who was the picks before that again?
Shador and Savanea.
Okay, yeah.
Is this a defensive? Do we shift to the defense, or do we still bolster the Giants' offense?
I would bolster the line some more.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I would actually give them. I would actually love to give them Cameron Williams, but I just but I don't have them. I don't have them in this round.
Do they need more help on the inside or the outside of the line?
Yes.
Inside, yes, but more.
No, they could. They're okay on the. They're okay on the inside. It would be the tackle.
So one thing, because Savaneo, I believe, was one of the picks. Savaneo has guard tackle flexibility, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we could be a little bit more flexible here, because we could say Savaneo is right tackle and put somebody like Kandra or Emory Jones at right guard.
Emory Jones is the pick. Emory Jones.
Where do you have Emory Jones, Randall?
I have Emory Jones early day 3. I have Luke Kandra late day 2. So I do.
Hey, Kandra. Yeah. Okay, go with Kandra. Yeah.
San Francisco at pick 100.
They have Will Johnson, corner, and Walter Nolan, defensive tackle.
And then earlier in this round, we took Jalen Noel.
Oh, nice.
Is this a running back? Or are we looking at defensive line maybe?
They haven't
Ashton
gone.
Pelosi is still here at round 3.
They haven't gone tackle. Do they need a tackle? Did they get a tackle? I'm sorry.
They got Walter Nolan. Yeah, they got a tackle out of Ole Miss.
No.
Yeah.
They got the.
Are you talking about a defensive tackle or an offensive?
No. Offensive tackle.
Oh no, they haven't. They haven't yet.
Okay.
Are we looking at a tackle here?
I would think so, Randall. Do you like Pierce?
I'd give him the Boston College kid.
Ozzie Trapillo?
Trapillo, yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you have Trapillo, Randall?
Late day 2 as well. I have him in the third round.
Okay.
I like Trapillo. And I wouldn't be surprised if he sneaks into round 2 if somebody really likes him.
Okay, so the Rams did.
They have done nothing. They don't have anything.
Was it wide receiver in round 1?
Yeah, they got Luther Burden, wide receiver.
That's right.
And then we did Kobe Bryant. Is there a linebacker that we like right here for the Rams?
They also need a nickel corner.
They do. Jamari Harris is there. Jacob Parrish. Jamari's a little bit bigger than Parrish.
Jamari.
I like Jamari Harris. I think he's a
Jamari
perfect
Harris.
nickel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lions. This is only their third pick of the draft. Heather, can you remind us who they have taken?
Yeah. So they took Nick Gowerton, edge out of A&M, and TJ Sanders, defensive tackle out of South Carolina.
Ooh, dang.
Oh, good. Yeah, that line needed the help. Oh, yeah.
Did people forget about Aiden Hutchinson? So what? Their wide receiver 3 is Tim Patrick, right?
And do we think they would extend Jamison Williams?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So is this Isaiah Bond?
No. Isaiah Bond, yes, he had his injury, but the man still does not catch a football very well. I don't know why people just don't get this about Isaiah Bond. He is not a great pass catcher.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So who do we like that's a vertical receiver, right? Because that's really the element that Williams is bringing to their offense. So,
yeah, you could even look at, if you're going for speed and vertical threat, Thornton from Tennessee could be an option, but that's almost just replacing Jamison Williams in it.
Yeah.
Ja'Cory Brooks is really good. He's more of a X, but can move, has a full route tree that I really do love Ja'Cory Brooks in. That might be a little too rich for him.
No, it's the end of the round. That's fine.
Greg, where do you have Ja'Cory Brooks?
I've got him early day 3, but this is the end of the round, so hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
Ja'Cory Brooks is just fine.
That's
I like
Johnson
that.
too.
And this is why, we just finished round 3, but this is why I wanted to put a podcast like this together. We are talking about players. I think the last 5 or 6 that we covered, even the last 10, they don't get a lot of time on our podcasts. So I'm feeling pretty good. The Titans are on the clock for round 4.
The Titans have my guy, Cam Ward.
And then did they get?
Was that it?
Did they get a wide receiver in round 2?
Yeah, they got a
Yeah,
wide.
they took my Canadian.
Yes.
Oh, Ellick.
Elick. Is it
Elick
Elick or
or
Elick?
Is it Elick or
Elick.
It is Elick? Okay.
Yeah.
I won't mess that up.
I will.
So Jake, who's a draft professor, says edge.
Yeah.
He says they haven't had good edges in Tennessee for a while.
And
Yeah,
Ashton Gillette is there from Louisville, who
Yes.
can stop the run and give them a pass rush as well. There he is. You're
Okay,
welcome.
so
Whoever you are in
Miller,
Tennessee, you're welcome.
We
your
could not
Browns are
do
on
it
the
for Jerome.
clock.
I wouldn't mind going on offensive line. They probably could use a guard.
Guard.
So do you like Chase? How high do you guys have Chase Lunt?
A little bit later, like early 5th for Lund for me.
Okay. Where do you have Holland Pierce?
I have Holland Pierce.
Late for it.
Late 4th. I have him right around early 4th. But I don't know. Can Holland Pierce play guard?
Yeah.
No, he's going to
Yeah, I didn't think so.
be a
I
real
didn't think
tackle.
so. Yeah.
How about Tyler Cooper?
Is Emory Jones still there?
He is.
Reagan.
Emory
think so.
Jones. Emory
There you
Jones to Cleveland.
Yeah.
There you go.
Heather?
Yeah.
Oh, and I
Yeah,
like
I know.
I didn't even ask Heather. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's honestly, I feel like no matter what they do, I'm going to be disappointed anyway. So,
Hey, this round really sucks for me because there is no Cowboys pick. Because of course we traded 1 4th-round pick for Trey Lance and then another one for Jonathan Mingo. Oh,
I mean,
yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Randall will get to mock my Bills picks.
yeah, do
I
we
can't
really want to
wait-
talk
I
about
can't
trades
wait to
though?
hear it.
Yeah, I
Oh
know.
yeah, I traded down several times for the Cowboys, and their first pick was the 51st pick, who I still ended up with the same running back that we got at 44 here. And then I had 3 fourth-round picks as well in that draft because it was beautiful for me.
I've got 2 words for you. Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
We don't
fair.
like talking about trades.
Fair.
So the
Have we-
Giants.
Have we gone running back yet for the Giants?
We have not. In
Mm-mm.
round 3, we did Kandra.
Yeah. So
And
Tyrone Tracy is pretty electric and like a small, quick, speedy guy. Do we want to give him a bruiser and behind him?
Yes, we do.
With Devin
Is that
Singletary,
Damian Martinez?
No.
Ollie Gordon.
Ollie Gordon is the guy.
Rocket
There you
Sanders.
are. See, Randall and I, our boards are pretty similar.
Yeah.
They're pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Patriots are up.
Oh,
So
for
we
God's
have-
sake, they got another pick?
They've got quite a few. So they have offensive tackle, wide receiver, first 2.
Okay.
Okay, and then in round
Did we do-
3,
Yeah, what did we do for them?
they did
A guard? Did we do a guard?
Yeah,
We did a
Ratledge.
guard.
Ratledge.
Yeah.
And then their other pick.
It was
in round,
up Jim a little bit higher. I think I saw the logo.
Yeah,
Right there,
Sawyer.
Jack Sawyer.
Sawyer. Okay, they need a running back.
Okay, but
Yes.
also if we look at like best available, Makuba is still here. Walker and
BPA.
Turner are still here, as is Phillips.
What about Turner? How high do you guys have him?
Shamar Turner, I have him late. I'm not a big fan of him. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's a little bit undersized, and he just didn't really have much production for me.
He's a 5th round guy for me.
Okay.
Edge, Ivy,
Garrett Ivy.
Boots, Josiah Stewart, David Walker are still here.
Okay, why do you keep talking about the Central Arkansas kid? Don't talk
Hey.
about that young man. He needs to become. No, never mind.
Stutzman is still here. Is Stutzman a Vrabel guy?
He could be.
Yeah, I mean, so Spillane and Landry went over there.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm not looking at linebacker
Okay.
right now.
Yeah.
No problem.
I think they need.
I
I
think
think,
running back.
I think they need a running back because
Yeah.
Ramondre Stevenson is just the only
Oh,
guy
yeah.
they got, really, right?
Yeah.
Is it LaQuint? Is LaQuint Allen?
Ashall
No.
Newton.
The young man from the University of Arkansas, is he still available?
Jaquindon Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh, you are. I mean, I am high on Jaquindon Jackson. I have him in later because I know that I believe the consensus doesn't have him there. But man, he's a dog.
I have him in the 4th. So
I love you. I love you, Greg.
see, I mean that's
Yeah.
you know,
Quindon Jackson is
and
a
he's a
Patriot.
he's a big boy.
He's a bruiser.
Yeah.
And any nick he got throughout the year, he played. Like, he didn't even sit out for the rest of the game. He got 2 or 3 drives out, got right back in. Love him.
Exactly.
Jaguars.
So we have Travis Hunter and Tyleek from the first 2. Jaguars have had a lot of picks.
And then they've done Anthony Belton
They need a quarterback. They do.
and Gunnar Helm.
They've got only Lawrence there at quarterback. So
You don't like Nick Mullins?
what's our Mullins? Oh my lord!
So we've got Rourke, McCord,
Kyle McCord would be a good choice for the Jaguars.
It
You
would.
are-
I agree.
I think Kyle McCord would be a really good pick for them.
Yep.
okay. The Raiders.
What do? They have Ashton Genty and Will Howard. So
Mm-hmm.
And
This
then
is-
we did
this will be
Carson
their 4th. There was only
Schlesinger.
one pick. Yeah.
What about safety? What
This,
about Makuba?
yeah, I was gonna say this is their only pick in the 4th round, so I think that they need to fill.
Makubo, Texas safety.
Yep.
Yep.
Next to Jeremy Chen will be nice.
Yep.
Okay. Randall.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. This is a horrible.
I'm
What
gonna end,
So-
end the
what's that
stream when I
symbol?
hear
That
what we went
symbol
with.
there. What's that symbol beside this name?
So when we did the first draft, I was able to, and Heather, correct me if I'm wrong as you're looking at the sheet, but I believe it was Derek Harmon,
Mm-hmm.
Noel Williams,
Mm-hmm.
and Q Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you said I was gonna crap on it. I like
Well,
that.
you
No,
might,
no,
because
no Williams a little early.
you have to fix wide receiver and edge in round 4.
Yeah, let's look at the wide receiver board. Let's see what
You have to get a wide receiver. You have to.
It's
I,
Randall,
best
we have
quarterback
to
in the
troll
NFL.
Alex and draft Savian. We have to troll
yeah. I mean,
Take
I would-
Savion.
yeah,
Take Savion Williams.
Yeah, I'll
Well,
take. I was gonna
him. Do you
do.
want Thornton?
Yeah, I mean, no, because I believe he got in a fight. There's small character concerns on there, and
Yep.
I think he's just a vertical kind of guy, sort of thing. I think he's more of a developmental, where 2026 he kind of gets in his back into 2027.
Yeah,
You take
I was-
Savion Williams. You take Savion
yeah.
Williams here because he also can run the football for you and he can throw it. He is dynamite.
Yeah,
Take
he is
Savion Williams.
dynamite. I agree. All right, Savion. I was gonna try to talk you. Well, you talked me into Savion, but I was gonna take him. But I was gonna also think about Ricky White because I do like him in a Z role. Curtis Samuel being injured all the time, he would
Yes.
immediately have a high floor.
Well,
taking
hey,
that
if
Z.
you think
doing that Z.
if you think the Z is the guy to go with, then go with your Z. Go with
Let's
your Z.
go. But I
Go
do
with
have
your guy.
Savion. But I do have Savion higher on my wide receiver board, so let's go Savion Williams.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Savion Williams still can do that gadget stuff in a Z type sort of situation while being
Bingo.
able to go gadget.
Bingo.
Okay.
All right, and that's the last
Yeah.
pick you damn Bills get tonight too. That's it. We're done.
Oh, we got one more.
We sure about that?
Oh,
We sure about
for
that?
crying
Yeah.
out loud.
Greg, you will enjoy the next pick.
Oh, okay. The Jets
So we
are
have
the
the
team
Jets.
that is going to take Walker. They will take Walker because they can hide him behind Quinion Williams.
Oh, good call.
So
Bingo.
I'm checking to see, have the Jets taken a defensive lineman yet? We took Riley in round 3.
No,
Was
they
it-
haven't.
No,
So
they have not.
that's why I'm going Deonte Walker because they can hide him behind Quinton Williams.
I think it's decided.
There
Okay.
you go.
Panthers. Have they taken a linebacker yet?
I don't think so. They took a wide receiver, and then they took Shamar Stewart, and then I can't remember their third rounder.
So
Barrett
they have
Carter. Oh, they
Stewart
did.
They have Stewart
Barrett
and
Carter.
Restrepo.
And Barrett Carter was
Barrett
the
Carter.
They
Oh,
did
did
Barrett
they? Yeah, they
Carter.
did.
Yeah.
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 So they
So-
did.
They need a corner.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
On the other side of JC.
And they also need a tight end.
Okay, so let's look tight end and corner. So do you like Mello Dotson in round 4? Do you like Jacob Parrish in round 4?
I
Noah
prefer the other guy, which is Mello.
What about is a safety off the board for them right now? I like Mello Dotson too,
Mello
but
Dotson
maybe a hard hitting one like Sanker or Ransaw. If that would work, I'm just thinking out loud right now.
Sanker in round 4 feels like
Sanker-
it's really good value.
Sanker is very good value here. He was actually tied for my 5th spot. So Sanker is a very good pick there. Take him.
Okay.
Although
Same.
I was hoping that he would survive till this pick here, but okay. You ruined my fun for the Saints. Okay.
My apologies.
That's all right. That's all right.
You could have trumped me.
The Saints did Scatabo and JTT. And Heather, can you remind us what they did in rounds 1 and 2?
Yep,
Mason Graham and Calvin Banks.
Yep.
And then JTT and Scatabo. They haven't done wide receiver yet.
No.
Yep.
we need
And
to do
here's a guy. Kellen Moore is now their head
Mhm.
coach. He'll take Isaiah Bond. He doesn't know what to do with receivers. He'll take Bond.
it.
He'll take him. He will.
Hey, I think Bond in round 4 That's like day 3 for Bond. The reward is so much higher than the risk.
Yeah, I would just rather take Tez there, in my personal opinion. I like Tez more than Bond, even with the weight.
Mm.
But Tez's time was so slow. Come on, he can't play in the NFL. Come on, you know this.
San Francisco.
Oh, Lord.
They have Will Johnson, Walter Nolan. They got a lot of needs.
Yes. And they've done Jalen Noel in round 3 and Ozzie Trapilo in round 3.
So do we do a running back now?
I believe that we do have to personally, because I don't think that they can really. I'm not saying I love Christian McCaffrey so much, but I'm way too nervous about his injuries, and Garendo is not an RB.
RJ Harvey or Devin Neal?
No, Donovan Edwards from that school up north. That's who belongs with the Niners, because he fumbles all the time. He's good.
No.
Oh, come on now.
And they had 4 running backs last year, and it wasn't enough.
No, exactly.
So how high, Randall? How high do you have Harvey and Neal?
I have Harvey right around here. So that would be a net 0 on my BPA rank and RJ Harvey. I like RJ Harvey. I really like Woody Marks. I think Woody Marks is getting unsung in this draft as well. Monangai as well, Kyle Monangai. Damian Martinez. Oh my God, yeah. There are better running backs than what we were just discussing. I think Damian Martinez would be a good pick for the 49ers.
And then one other guy I was going to mention, LaQuint Allen.
Yeah, he is a stud. I think a lot of people are looking at him because he's from Syracuse. Buffalo scouted him a lot, so that would be something I think Buffalo could, but he's a dog as well.
Oh,
so I like the fact that he can run and catch in the Shanahan offense.
Right. Fair.
Take Allen.
Bears. I think this is the second pick of the round.
Yeah,
no, it's the first pick of the round.
Yeah, they have Josh Simmons. They have an offensive tackle, an offensive guard, and a running back. Lots of Big Ten guys we got off the board for them.
And then they took Darius Alexander at the top of round 3.
All right.
They still need a pass rusher.
I think there's a BPA pass rusher right now that if I'm not Jordan Birch is good. Jared Ivey can help in that run support. I think Fidel Diggs, kind of like an outside linebacker edge role. APR is good.
APR.
Yeah.
David Walker. Femi Oladejo is still here. Where do you guys have Oladejo?
He's later on in the 4th, but I like APR.
Yeah, a little undersized, but his power and his explosive stuff. It's insane.
Yeah.
From Virginia Tech, right?
You got it. The Enter Sandman guys.
Yeah.
Cardinals.
I don't know. What do you do with the Cardinals?
They don't fumble the second half of every season.
Yeah.
They need another running back.
So
Connor
is
old. Connor is old.
Yes, he is.
What did the Cardinals do in rounds 1 and 2?
They have Ted McMillan. They have a wide receiver and a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Okay. Which defensive tackle did they get?
Alfred Collins.
Okay. And then they got Winston. So
Devin Neal, the running back, is the guy that I would take here for
you
Cardinals.
You guys think it's running back and not like a wide receiver?
Nope.
Or an edge?
Nope.
I could entertain wide receiver.
I can entertain wide receiver, but they need a new running back, and I think Devin Neal would be fantastic for them.
I agree. Or Bajal Tootin.
Giddens is still here. Wow, I love this running back board.
Oh,
they're all over the place.
Huge.
It's insane. This was not the year to enter the draft as a running back. It's just so loaded.
For people
Miami is on the clock in round 4.
Who is it?
Miami. So they have an offensive line. They have Will Campbell and they have Mason Taylor. So they have a tight end and an offensive line in first 2 rounds.
And then in round 3 for Miami.
Guard.
Yeah, I thought we went.
Tate Ratledge, right?
Yeah, we did Tate Ratledge. Thank you, Randall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is
Do we
this another
want- what
offensive
about-
lineman?
Jared Wilson is first center, true center off the board, unless he was already taken.
Ooh, you're right. He's right here. That's an awesome pick.
Well,
Correct.
Majors is also a very good center as well.
Agreed.
I've got Majors right there with Wilson in my rating, so it's either one of those two
Let's
centers.
spice it up and go Majors.
Yeah.
Okay. Colts.
Okay, so
Okay.
I think we're shoring up their defense. We've got a safety and we've got a corner in the first round.
With Torrey Horton in round 3. But I didn't hear you say tight end.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
they
They-
need a tight end.
they're okay there, but they actually do need a blocking tight end, and Luke Lachey fits the bill. Iowa.
Okay. Atlanta. They
Mhm.
had no third round pick.
No. so
Jordan
they-
Birch fits the Falcons' needs.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What did the Falcons do in rounds 1 and 2, Heather?
They got Campbell, linebacker out of Bama, and then they got James Pierce Jr., an edge out of Tennessee.
Yeah, they need a linebacker. They need somebody down the middle, whether it's a linebacker or a safety.
They already have Jahad Campbell.
They have Jihad.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
got Jihad
Mm.
Campbell, a linebacker. So if we're gonna
Yeah.
go that, I think we need to go safety.
Safety room is fine with Bates.
Yeah.
So Clint is adamant that they would need a safety. The question is there a safety that you like here?
Malachi Moore.
Yeah.
You like
Malachi Moore's a
Moore.
good one.
And then they could also use a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is a bigger need for them.
How high do you guys have Parrish?
Parrish goes right here.
Yeah, I like Parrish.
It's interesting that I can like pick out a guy and you're like, yeah, he's the best corner on the board. It's like I've listened to you guys for 4 months or something.
What?
Yeah.
This is good stuff I'm learning from you guys because some of these smaller schools, you don't know who these players are.
Okay. The Bengals.
Bengals. We don't care about the Bengals. We don't care about anybody in the AFC North. They have Mike Green, an edge, and then they have Donovan Jackson out of Ohio State offensive line.
And then they did Quinshon Judkins.
Mhm.
They like Peebles. Do you guys like Peebles in round? And actually, Cam Williams is here as well. Which of those picks fixes the Bengals better? I actually think Cam Williams needs some attention here as a project tackle in round 4 to Cincinnati. Okay, and then Ryan, you're saying Norman Lott? I see in the chat now, Ryan.
Norman
Yeah,
Lott?
does
Okay, and he doesn't like my Williams idea, so he was agreeing with his
Who
rag.
do?
He didn't like
Yeah.
my Williams idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go
Um,
Peebles. In honor of Ryan,
Peebles.
let's go Peebles.
Peebles.
But Wilson's here. Do you want Wilson, Ryan?
No.
Yeah, they probably need a guard more than a center, right?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't ever believe in Cody Ford.
Oh, there was a lot of Cody Ford. I was at a
Ugh.
Bengals. I had a Bengals. One of the podcasters did an event yesterday. The Cody Ford slander was real.
I can't believe they paid him. I can't believe they gave him money.
There should be
Wait.
slander. There should be slander for everybody on that organization.
Do you guys
Fair.
like Peebles or Omar Norman Lott higher?
Ryan liked Peebles. Sorry, Greg, go ahead.
I've got Peebles going higher because Norman Lott has the medical issue,
Yep, the knee.
the knee.
Okay. So Peebles. Titans.
Oh yeah, they've got. Is this their second pick?
This is their second pick of round 4. And I
Yeah.
believe it was quarterback, wide receiver, rounds 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Cam Ward, yeah. And Elix.
Is this a Cam Williams landing spot? Do they need a tackle?
No, they've
think they need-
beefed up their O line in free agency.
Mm.
They need a linebacker.
They need a linebacker.
You guys like Stutzman?
I do. Who else we got?
Cody Simon is here. Sean Dolak is here.
Listen, why are you trying to pawn
Kareem-
off Ohio State Buckeyes to the Tennessee Titans? Come on now, don't be
Kareem
doing
Reed.
that.
Mm-mm.
I would actually take go back to your linebackers, please.
Greg, where do you have Kareem Reed on your board?
I have him in the 4th.
Have him in the 4th? I would
How
say
about Cody
Stutzman or Reed.
Lindenberg? Where do you have Cody Lindenberg, Greg?
Lindenberg, I've got late 4th, early 5th. I like Reed. I like Reed.
Okay.
Do you agree with me there, Randall?
I do. I like Kareem Reed.
Yeah.
He dropped a small amount, but I had him in day 2, moved him into early day 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so and just I see we got a lot of us in the chat. So Ryan Sparks, good to see you. Halil, it's good to see you, and I know that you're like all the way out in Austria, so I know it's really late for you right now. So it's good to see you stop by.
I think it's like 2.
Brandon, you're literally here every night. It's good to see you too. So okay,
We got Bucks.
we got the
We got
Bucks.
Bucks. Jade Barron and Princely. Does he even need a last name? When you're named that, when you're named that, you're destined. That's a lot of pressure. You're destined to be.
Umani Mellon.
Heather, he has a brother that's coming out next year.
Yep.
There you go.
The sequel.
And then we did Terrence Ferguson in round 3.
That's a good pick.
Is this
Is this
how's
a
their
Cam Williams
offensive
pick?
line?
Well, Tristan Wirfs is there. Obviously, they have a really good center, decent guards.
Okay.
They needed a new DT to take Mr. Vea's spot here
Yeah,
eventually.
Jordan Phillips
Jamari Caldwell.
Jamari
Ooh.
Caldwell, that's the guy.
or Joshua Farmer?
I think Jamari Caldwell's a true nose tackle, like the size of Vita Vea.
Yeah.
Denver.
Yeah, so they have a running back. They did get Omari and Hampton, and then we have Ty Felton in the 2nd round, wide receiver out of Maryland.
Nice.
Jeffrey Bassa.
Was their linebacker. Yeah.
So
Yeah, so this
they
is their
haven't-
only. So just to put, they have 3 picks in round 6, but that's it. That's all that's left after this one. So do they?
they need a tight end.
Yeah, pass Evan Ingram.
So even with Evan
Mm.
Ingram, they would still need.
No, I agree. I agree with you,
Use-
Jim. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No. Yeah.
Is
Mid-
Gadsden? He's not a blocker.
No.
Go
What about
down
Mitchell
your
Evans?
tight end list.
So they want like that joker, right?
Yeah.
Gadsden, Evans are there.
Maliki Matavayo. He's
Matavayo.
a balanced guy with pretty good route running.
Prescorn
Matavayo.
and Simon are here.
No, Matavayo, UCLA.
Okay. Pittsburgh. I think we did Revel and then we did Milrow.
Yeah,
They need a running back.
they do need a running back.
Is
There
this
you go. So
Martinez?
Jalen. Oh my God, Warren is kind of a twitchy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Give-
you do kind of
Give him Martinez.
yeah. That's
Manai
BPA.
or Martinez is a bigger back.
Martinez. Yeah.
Martinez.
Okay. Green
Just hope he
Bay.
plays well in the cold.
Who do they need? Do they need a running back?
So they have Josh Jacobs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's,
He had a
what's
decent
after
year.
that?
But there's a big drop off. I don't think it
Yeah,
would hurt them to have
Quadzilla went to Pittsburgh. Oh, Philly. He went to Philly.
a. Mm-hmm.
So Green Bay did corner in round 1.
Yeah, they did Thomas,
And then
and
Higgins
then they
in
did
round
Jaden
2.
Higgins in round 2,
Oh.
wide receiver. Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. Green Bay drafted the USC Marshawn Lloyd last year, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So
And then
never
we
mind.
got them a
Never mind.
slot corner in round 3. We haven't addressed pass rush yet.
Yeah, let's do that.
Is this Jordan Birch to Green Bay?
Sure, why not?
Randall, any other thoughts? Like, do you think Jared Ivey might be? Actually, I think Brian might like Ivey better.
I draft Jared Ivey, so he's not available at the Buffalo pick.
Oh, come on.
I like it.
I was going to yell and scream for Ivy to the Bills just because I know you don't like them.
Chargers.
So the Chargers have a lot of picks. So can they afford to take a risk somewhere because they have so many picks? Like let's
Give
swing
them-
for the fence if we
Give them
miss.
Edwards
Like
or
what?
Mullins. Give them Edwards or Mullins. A running back went to that school that
Yeah.
coach went to. It's either one of them. I don't care which one you give them. Mullins
I think Mullings would be higher.
I think so too.
there he goes. There's that school up north looked after again.
Okay.
We don't care about
Jaguars.
them there. Yeah. So the Jaguars, we know Hunter and Tyreek, and then they've had quite a few picks. They've got a lot.
Is this their 6th pick?
Yeah.
What?
Did we give them a running back as of yet? Because they've only got Etienne.
Did we give them a running back? No, I don't think we did.
So they have
No.
McCord earlier in round 4. We did Belton.
They were the
And Helm. So
Okay.
they have Helm, Belton,
so
McCord.
go to the running back room.
Jared Wilson's here, and they need a center.
Okay, take the center. That's
Yeah,
fine.
since it's not deep. Running
Yeah.
back, yeah, they would need they need a blocking running back. That's
Yeah. We could have done the funniest thing and gave him Etienne's brother.
yeah, right.
So the Rams on the clock in round 4.
So round 3, they had the 90th. Looks like the 90th pick.
Yeah.
We got 90th and
Bryant.
100 and then 101.
Kobe Bryant and Jamari Harris. We gave him back-to-back corners. Okay, and they did wide receiver in round 1.
They need
Yeah,
they
these are-
need
Do
They
want
need a
another
linebacker.
do they want another wide receiver?
No, they need a linebacker. I mean, we could do another wide receiver, but linebacker, I think, for them is a pretty big need.
I'm good. I'm good with a linebacker.
give
Jack
them
Kaiser.
well I had Cody Simon ahead of Kaiser, but
Okay,
Go
no,
ahead.
do that.
We can
Nope.
go Cody Simon.
I like Cody Simon.
There you go. There's one of your Ohio State guys there, Heather.
I love Cody Simon. I'm high up on him.
see, listen to me, not piping up the Notre Dame guy. I don't understand what's happening to me this year. It's horrible.
And you've said the word Michigan, so
I did.
You're losing it, Greg. You're losing it.
I did.
No, I'm
Andy's
throwing
pretty
everything into
up and
disarray
down.
here. So Washington, this is their first pick since round 2. They took Jalen Walker, linebacker, and then they took Darian Porter, corner, out of Iowa State.
They need edge.
Edge. Yeah, I think
Josiah
Bruce works.
Stewart.
Shamar Stewart would be a nice fit for the Commanders.
Yeah.
Josiah Stewart. You said Shamar.
Sorry, Stewart.
Yes,
Too many
we
to
can do
keep
that.
track of.
Yeah, exactly.
Ravens. Round
Yes.
4.
So the Ravens, they haven't had too many, right? They are Baltimore. Oof. So they had the 91st pick in the
Which
third
is Lathan
round.
Ransom.
Yeah.
Did they lose a fourth
then-
on on not Deontay Johnson. Who was it? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm thinking to myself.
No, they get 2 fourths.
And then what was their round 1 and 2?
Tyler Booker and Donovan Iziriaku.
Iziraku. So
Iziraku.
guys, do you think this would be a wide receiver?
I don't think it would hurt them.
Are they just ditching Tez Walker sort of thing? Tez Walker's not going to be that guy. I mean, they did get 1 year out of DeAndre Hopkins that I think will be a good wide receiver 3.
Yep. And then do they draft Cam Williams to be a Ronnie Stanley replacement?
No, because Ronnie Staley was a left tackle and Cam Williams is the right tackle. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I could entertain the idea.
Is there a left tackle here, Greg?
Johnny Cornelius is a true right tackle.
yeah, Cornelius is a right tackle as well.
Your pick, Greg.
I could. Boy, there's just not that many left tackles available.
Okay.
Because see, they would have liked Charles Grant, but I took him for the Cowboys.
Miles Frazier has some guard tackle flexibility. Probably a guard at the NFL level, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Nelson,
I mean,
same thing, right?
I mean, we could go back into the wide receiver market, and somebody like Ricky White might do well in a Ravens offense as a Z.
Yeah.
And Randall, you have White as a top 100 player, right?
Yep.
Correct. I love
And
Ricky White.
he's sitting here, and we're almost at the end of round 4.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fine.
Steal.
Lions on the clock.
So Lions had pick 102, and then in rounds 1 and 2, Nick Scourton and TJ Sanders. So an edge and a defensive tackle.
With Ja'Cory Brooks coming at the end of round 3.
Yep.
What do we think is a Dan Campbell? Is he looking at Joshua Farmer? Holy cow, they would get TJ Sanders and Joshua Farmer in the same draft, really? Is Joshua Farmer best player available right now?
Yeah. Yeah, good. Will you go down your BPA list and just see if I'm missing anybody? But I think Joshua Farmer might be.
I mean, there might be
Jordan Phillips is good, but I have Farmer.
And even though they already went, the issue is they already went TJ Sanders.
Right.
So would they look at Birch? This Q Robinson could feel like a Dan Campbell pick because he wouldn't need to play immediately. And they've already drafted Scourton. They drafted a lot of corners. They drafted 2 corners last year, so I don't know that they would go corner. But Zoff Frazier is still here. Where do you guys have Zoff Frazier? Just out of curiosity.
End of
5th
5.
round. Yeah, end of 5.
Oh,
End of
okay.
I like John
Okay.
Joyner, but yeah. He's a little one trick on pass rush.
Yeah.
How about Mello Dotson?
And lines are good. I guess just take BPA. Yeah, I mean, I guess they could do a corner. Terrion Arnold, it has not panned out to exactly what people expected, especially with all his penalties that he gives up on holding. I don't think that'll go away. Maybe look for Mel Dotson, Greg?
Yeah. Yeah. You can go Dotson.
Okay.
So we have the Saints. So they have Mason Graham, Kelvin Banks. And then they had 2 round 3s.
Yep. So they did
and
Isaiah
and a round
Bond.
4. Yeah. So they had picks 71, 93, and 112.
93 was
93.
Scatabo.
So 71.
JTT.
And then 112. They had pick 112.
That's not a tight end. Should we go tight end?
This late.
The
Yeah.
112 was Bond. I can see this being a tight end.
Yeah.
Demetrius Knight is also still here. Is he in your top 100?
Arande Gadsden.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, did we pick him?
No,
Oh, no, there he is.
the boards move depending upon what people
Yeah,
who
yeah, yeah.
draft for the Saints do. So,
Oh Lord, it's another pick for these clowns. Good no.
Oh.
I know who I'm
Right.
pounding the table for here.
Greg, I didn't even know that you didn't like the Bills. I don't get it.
I'm
You
just
beat us
kidding.
in the Super Bowl.
I'm
Okay,
only kidding.
sure.
So Randall, I think this would need to be edge unless you were to convince me that you think that there's a BPA at running back.
Well, I don't think that we're going to move Cook this year, personally. And if we do move Cook, I would want only a third round, and I'd want to use that third round on a running back. That's the only situation I like. I want James Cook to play on his $5 million for the final year, and then maybe discuss contract or see him or book him, sort of thing. Get a running back in 2026. Don't need a season of running back in 2025.
So you don't like Harvey or Giddens?
I think RJ Harvey would be a lot of fun in that offense. He would be a riot.
He
Right.
would be, but if
He-
we're
But again,
He would-
you're talking about this is
Yeah.
a deep running back
Right.
class. This is a deep group. RJ Harvey in the 5th round is a
Yeah.
steal. He's
Agreed.
a steal.
And technically, we're in round 4.
Or well,
Yeah.
even round 4.
So
He's still a steal.
Savian Jones, where is he on your board, Greg?
Who?
Savian Jones, edge from LSU.
He's late 5.
Randall,
I
how
think-
about you?
yeah, he's early 5 for me. I
Okay.
feel like Jordan Birch has some Joey Bosa to him, even though we have a year on him. So kind of like almost Jordan Birch at that. Did we took Derek Harmon?
Yeah, but Josh
yeah,
Farmer is here.
Joshua Farmer is good. Let's go Joshua Farmer.
You like Farmer double dip at tackle over edge or running back?
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. I love it. Kansas City, Price, are you still in the chat? So Kansas
I don't think he picked for
Kansas
us
City
last time.
had Trey Amos, corner, Harold Fannin, tight end, and then they had pick 66 and 95.
So 60,
Offensive line, right?
66 was Landon Jackson. 95 was Jalen Royals, and they still haven't gone running back.
Right.
And they
They
need a
don't-
running back.
Right.
No, they've got Hunt. They've got Pacheco, and they signed another one.
What about
Um,
offensive line? What did they
Yeah.
dip in it? Should we double dip in offensive line or?
Yeah.
Did they who
Yeah.
did they sign this year? I don't know if I saw
Well,
that.
they were huge in the Ronnie Staley market until he re-signed with Baltimore.
Okay.
What,
So do
what
you
are the
guys like?
what do the tackles look like? I think they need a tackle. They got a
Do you guys
they
like
picked up a
Chase Lund
non-starter.
or Miles Frazier?
Chase Lund, I like.
And then Cam Williams is still here. The chat likes Cam Williams more than the podcasters, I can tell.
Hey, where do you have Carson Vincent, Greg? As a guard, I have him as a guard, but where do you have him on the board?
I think Vincent can play tackle.
I think he can too. I think they're gonna. I don't think.
I think because he's a HBCU kid that they're only going to shuffle him over to guard, but he can play tackle.
That's what I think.
Vincent would be a great pick here.
He's a big guy. He's a hard worker. His interviews are incredible.
Oh, and the Chiefs signed Elijah Mitchell as well. That's who it was.
Okay. So the Eagles,
Gotcha.
this
Yeah,
is
the
round
Eagles-
4, and they need a linebacker.
Yeah, they took in round 3, pick 96.
Okay, so they've already got N'Kobe Dean and they've got Bond.
And then we did Burke.
Yeah, but I'm talking about
Oh.
their current linebackers.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Zach Bond.
Yeah, and they've got N'Kobe Dean back there as well, and there's another one.
What about wide
Okay.
receiver?
That is where they need help.
Yeah. Trying to think. So you
Are
got
they in
AJ.
Efton?
and
Is this Efton Chisholm?
Oh,
Kyle
man,
Williams?
His 40 was bad.
Hmm.
Yeah, his 40 was bad.
Elijah Badger?
No.
Thornton?
Andrew Armstrong.
Yep.
That's what I was about to say.
Yep.
I love
Yeah.
Andrew Armstrong. Right next to him, Nick Nash too, because he is that quarterback and a wide receiver, huge production over at San Jose State. I think he could be a sneaky day 3 pick, but I'm a top 100 guy for Andrew Armstrong.
And it's a SEC school, which Howie loves. There you
Yep.
are. It's your
But-
pick.
Yeah, and
Andrew
Randall, if we're at pick 134 and you have a top 100 grade on a player, they're probably best available.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I have a small amount of bias in Andrew Armstrong.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, Miami.
So Miami, Will Campbell, Mason Taylor, and then they had pick 98 and 116.
I'm going to show my bias.
116 was Jake Majors.
Yep.
Oh, we did
And
go.
they got Dylan Fairchild. They got Dylan
We're
Fairchild.
heavy on the offense.
This is where Riley Mills from Notre Dame goes.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Yep.
Like that. Newt will like that pick. Newt's got a top 50 grade on Mills. So Ravens.
So this will be their second pick of the fourth. They had pick 91 and 129. So they're pretty close.
So 91 was Lathan Ransom. 129 was Ricky White. And they did offensive line in round 1, correct?
Yeah, they did Tyler Booker. Yeah, they have a guard and an edge.
And this is where another Notre Dame player is going to go, Mitchell Evans.
Mitchell Evans. I was thinking tight end.
No, they don't need tight ends. They've got
Yes,
two
they
of them.
do. Yes, they do.
Yeah, Mark Andrews.
They need another tight end.
And Mark Andrews was talked about with trade possibilities and stuff like that.
Likely is the move tight end.
We haven't done corner for Baltimore. Corner would be a higher need than tight end.
No, I disagree with you, but because they've already got very good corners.
No, they were in the market to trade for Lattimore, and
Yeah.
they fell short.
That's fine. That's fine. That was at the end of the trade deadline.
Yeah, Marlon Humphrey, Tampa, and Wiggins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, their DBs are good.
Yep.
So you like
linebacker?
Mitchell Evans, because he can also block on the left-hand side where they have a new left tackle. That's the reason why you go with the blocking tight end.
Okay, we'll go Mitchell Evans.
Bingo.
Seattle.
So Seattle had their 2 third-round picks. They had 82 and 92. And then they have taken Ben Morrison, Gray Zabel, and Matthew Golden.
And then Braden Swinson.
Yep.
And then Kobe King.
Do they want another wide receiver in the tall field stretching particular? Are they banking on MVS producing like they did in the second half of the Saints year last year, or do they think they want competition in that spot? Correct.
Would you guys do Quinn Ewers here?
I was about to suggest a quarterback for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that
Do you
too.
think do you think it's Quinn? How high do you guys have him? I'm not super sold on him.
Yeah, I'm not sold on him either.
Oh, it's the end of round 4. I'm not sold on him, but they
Yeah.
might need another body in the room.
But I'm saying, like, is there
Tyler
somebody
Shaw.
else that might have a better upside? I don't know. I mean, it's a gamble, obviously, but I'm just still not, even this late, I still think that there's better options.
I actually think Tyler Shaw might be a better option than Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, I like Tyler Shuck too.
Okay.
He can get coached out of his deficiencies and a little bit of decision making and running.
And here's something that everybody forgets about Tyler Shaw. He was going to be the starting quarterback ahead of Justin Herbert. He was going to be their starter at the University of Oregon until he got injured.
Yep.
So everybody who's down on this. Wait, is
Yeah.
the Cowboys fan slandering the organization that has had more success in
Yeah.
recent history?
Greg slanders everybody.
I slander everybody. I slander the Cowboys. Good Lord. If you don't know that.
So we have Mr. Irrelevant in our 4-round mock going to the 49ers.
So the 49ers have had they've round 1 and 2, Will Nelson, Walter Nolan, and then they had pick 75. They've had quite a few. So 75
Noel,
and then 100,
Trapilo,
113,
LaQuint Allen.
and now we're at their last pick of the 4th round. So
We've done running back, we've done a wide receiver, we've gotten them a project tackle. This probably is a pure BPA. We can almost say it's a pure BPA pick.
They need edge.
Yeah. I mean, Jordan Birch, David Walker, yeah.
And then, and you guys weren't as high on Oladejo, right?
Oladejo would actually be a fine pick here at the end. Oladejo is a fine pick at the end. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Look at that. We just did probably 75 picks in just under 2 hours.
Didn't feel like
that's because Randall and I have very similar boards.
Well,
taking it, we're doing so many mocks together, Greg. It's just going to get redundant for us.
So this was the first time we had done this format, so
I love
I'm learning things.
No, it's great. It's kind of just combining. It's almost combining boards because we're starting with somebody else's board and moving into our board, so it's very unique.
Yeah. It is.
But like you said, doesn't it feel like real world? Doesn't it feel real world, you guys? Because you never know who the other team is going to take. I mean, it's always you don't know. You truly think you might know, but then they surprise.
This year's draft is going to be a total gong show. If you get 3 picks right in round 1, shake your hand.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
Yeah.
If you get 3 picks right, because we don't know.
My challenge to all the Draft Professor users out there. Last year, you got 7 of the 10 first-round picks right. The simulator picks with the fans controlling the boards got 7 of the first 10 right. You got to beat last year. You got to go for at least 8 out of 10. That's
not going to happen this year. It's not going to happen.
No, it's insane this year.
Yeah,
we don't know we don't know who's trading.
You got to keep in mind that Joe Alt to the Titans was one of the 3 ones that they got wrong. Just keep that in mind. We have about 10 minutes left. Heather, it's your second time in the channel. You want to take a minute, introduce yourself, let everybody know how they can find your awesome content.
Yes, thank you. And thank you again for having me. It was exciting. I had Newt on one of my shows. So if any of you guys ever want to do another draft show, this is the most interesting draft year I can remember in a long time because it's just so wide open. So you can definitely check me out on my personal page at Love Buckeyes. I post a lot of content on there. You can follow both of my podcasts. I'll just let you. It's right there at the bottom. There's a lot of initials, and then Bougie Squad. So Bougie Sports is where I have my network of women, and we do everything sports related, from hockey to college football and everything in between. So give us a follow on all 3 of those.
What's your favorite NHL team?
Columbus Blue Jackets.
Yeah.
I went to my first hockey game this year. It was so much fun. Yeah, it was so much fun.
Did you get hooked as soon as seeing live hockey?
Oh yeah.
I am absolutely hooked. I did not realize it was live.
Live hockey is by far my favorite sport to watch. There's no doubt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Greg, you want to introduce NBS Media and let everybody know who you are and how they can find you?
Sure. It's at Greg Cowboys there on X and at Blue Sky. And Team NBS Media Draft Central is with Jeff Barnes, Bill Carroll, and myself. We do basically what you're doing here. We give our top 5s of every position. This week it'll be quarterbacks. Don't be surprised that I'm not too fond of any of them. I'm serious. I really don't like any of these quarterbacks this year, especially in round 1. And why teams?
Cam Ward is good.
Cam Ward is fine. Ward is fine. It's just there's so many deficiencies involved with playing quarterback at the NFL level compared to the college level. Jeff and I, the other night, said the UFL needs to be a developmental league for these quarterbacks and the offensive line, because the O-lines and these quarterbacks do not understand the difference between a college game and the pro game. They just don't. They need spring football. They really do.
Agreed.
Yep.
Bottom line. So yeah, this week it'll be quarterbacks on Draft Central Wednesday night at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And I write about the Cowboys and various other things at Team MBS Media as well. And Mr. Randall is also a member of Team MBS Media these days.
I am.
Randall.
Yeah, I'm writing for Team NBS Media, doing Razorbacks, Buffalo Bills, some TV and such. I enjoy writing the TV stuff as well. And then I'm doing all most of my podcasting here with Jim over at Draft Professors, which I love so much. And yeah, today was a good day. Hey, Razorbacks got sneaked into the March Madness. I was sitting biting my fingernails for that, but I'm glad they're in.
Hey, as long as American or Mount St. Mary's upsets puke you in round one, then I'll be happy. Because guess what? I don't like that place.
So you can follow the channel at NFL Draft Fanatic. No, I am Fanatic. It is the same on YouTube as well as X. And we have daily draft content. So literally from now up until the draft, you're going to be seeing us do at least one show a day. This was actually our first live Sunday show of the draft cycle, but we're going to be continuing this. We've got 2 podcasts coming at you tomorrow on Monday, two more on Tuesday. You'll see Randall and me then. And you'll see more, including Newt on Thursday, and Heather has been on that podcast before as well. So we have draft content
in our big draft program that we're all going to be doing together, Jim. Randall and I are taking care of rounds 2 and 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be picking on everybody. I don't care whether you're a Cowboys fan, a Bills fan, a Dolphins fan. If I want to pick on you, I'm going to pick on you.
Yep.
That's it.
So April 10th, 11th, 12th, we have a 32-team mock draft. There's going to be 32 fans drafting for 32 teams. And we're going to do, round 1 on one day, round 2 and 3 on another, rounds 4 through 7 on the third day. Trades, podcast content, everything. But you will hear all about that. Just follow the page on Twitter. Check for the pinned posts. And
you guys have those extra 4th-round picks. You guys need Terrence Steele. That's what. Yes, you need Terrence Steele. Remember Terrence Steele last year? I offered up Terrence to everybody, and nobody would take the guy. I tell you.
So we do want to keep this under 2 hours, because if it's under 2 hours, we can replay it.
There you go.
So for Heather, for Randall, for Greg, for myself, for the 47 podcasters at the Draft Professor, thank you for watching, and we will see you on a podcast again tomorrow. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.